All right, we are ready for baseball. Welcome back to day 2 of the Cal Ripken World Series from Branson, Missouri. From Ballparks of America, we're on St. Louis Field. Mike Rideout along with Chuck Sebastian. It's New Hampshire and Mississippi, and the first pitch of the ball game is in for a strike from Jake Lee of Mississippi. Let's give you the starting lineups for New Hampshire, Windham, New Hampshire. Leading off is the center fielder, number 44, Jacob Honor. Batting second, the pitcher, number 24, Jason. We called him Sulo yesterday. Heard the pronunciation of Sulo today, so we'll go with Sulo. Batting third, the first baseman, number 12, Sam Roydulis. The cleanup hitter is the catcher, number 27, Josh Martino. Batting fifth at third base, number 11, Chris Boyd. Batting sixth at shortstop, number 5, Will Weiss. Batting seventh, Michael Brearley. Batting eighth is McGrill, Collins, and Philippe, 9 and 10, rounding out the lineup. And there you see their positions that they will play. So Honor leading it off here in the top of the first. Will play 6 innings as that one's in there for a called strike. Honor is caught looking for the first out of the ball game. And this is a problem, or was a problem yesterday, Chuck, for this New Hampshire team. They were shut out by Pacific Northwest. Christian Zanito with 11 Ks yesterday against them.
Yeah, and that first pitch right there, that first strikeout, that was a great third pitch. And this young man, Lee, is throwing very well right now. He's right in control, and he's going right after these hitters. So they may have scouted a little bit and seen that they had trouble hitting the ball yesterday.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. Solo quickly behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The dimensions here at the ballpark, 235 down the left and right field lines, 265 to straightaway center field. A very light breeze out in center field. The flag's barely moving. They were blowing left. Actually, they were blowing out in the morning and then kind of right to left towards the afternoon, and then was blowing out last night.
He's swirling just a little bit here today, but not much early. Another strikeout recorded.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back-to-back Ks for Jake Lee. There's a good look at the starting pitcher, Lee. And take a look at the strikeout here as Jason swings but can't connect. So back-to-back strikeouts to begin the top of the first inning. We're scheduled for 6 innings.
He's got a nice curveball, and he worked that on that third strike, and that breaking pitch was working well on the first batter, 2 Ks. His backup on defense, Mike, is Mayotte in left, Thompson in center, Brady in right, Mosley, Pigford, Riley, and Kennedy around the bases, and behind the plate, his battery mate is Reed.
Sam Rodulis, the batter. He takes a strike. Count evens at 1-1. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the first inning. There's the stats on Sam. An exit velocity of 70 miles per hour. Roydulis yesterday, 2 strikeouts, but he lifts this one into right field for a base hit. So a 2-out single.
Got underneath it on an outside pitch, took it to the field that he should be taking it to, did not try to pull that ball, and pops it in for a base hit. So the first runner aboard for the New Hampshire squad.
That'll send up the catcher, Josh Martino. You see Roydulis with a lead off of first as Lee works from the stretch. He'll throw over to first.
Ooh. Well, head first dive to get back to the bag. Pretty good move for Roydulis to get back into the bag, but a nice move from Lee on the mound.
And that one hits him in the helmet.
Skimmed across the top, fastball that might have lost the grip on here. Let's see what he's trying to throw. Looks like 2-seamer. And then he changed it to a 4-seamer, and that's where he lost the grip, hits the back of the helmet. So 2 runners aboard, an opportunity. New Hampshire has yet to score a run so far in the Cal Ripken World Series.
Chris Boyd, number 5 hitter in the order, steps in. Lee from the stretch. He'll throw, fakes a throw to second.
You see the immediate backup by Thompson out there in center coming in to back up in case that ball gets by.
This one's fouled off at home plate for strike 1.
Well,
2 outs, 2 on.
Meat part of the order here, trying to get something going.
The 0-1 pitch from Lee. In there for strike two. Well, that's been the key for Jake Lee, getting ahead of the hitters. He struck out Honor on 3 pitches. He struck out Solo on 3 pitches.
He's been pinpointing that ball on the corner as well, and he took the corner on that pitch.
Here's the 3rd pitch to Boyd. Timeout called. Roy Dulles at second, Martino at first. New Hampshire threatening in the top of the 1st inning, no score.
It was a late time called, and I think that Lee was a little upset because he was ready to go.
There go the runners, as that one is high for a ball. Everybody up a base.
Reed pulls that ball down. He's ready to snap a throw. He's got nobody going to second base. The 3rd baseman comes over, Mosley, but Riley and Pickford never moved, so he had no throw.
And now a base hit might score 2 runs, but it doesn't matter because Jake Lee just struck out the side.
Wow, what a pitch. Watch this pitch, Mike. Again, pinpointing the edges of the plate. They used to call that paint in the black when they had the black stripe around the outside edge. It's a beautiful pitch to strike him out.
No runs, a hit batsman. 2 left on base after a half inning of play. It's New Hampshire nothing. Mississippi coming to the plate right here on Stadium. Ballparks of America here in Branson, Missouri. Thanks for tuning in to our coverage. 5 more games on tap. A look into the Mississippi dugout. And let's give you the starting lineups for the team from Meridian, Mississippi. Elton Reed is their manager. By the way, Matt Case, the manager on the other side for New Hampshire. Here's the starting lineup for Mississippi. Leading things off will be the shortstop, Cody Pickford. He'll be followed in right by Brady. Reed, who hit 2 home runs, bats third, followed by Jake Lee, Ryland Kennedy, Xavier Thompson, Jackson McCree, Brody Myatt, Kyler Mosley, and Rowan Riley. As the first pitch is hit into right field, coming in as the right fielder Collins, and he'll put it away for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the first. They are facing Jason Sullo of New Hampshire.
You see McGrail go out, looked like he was going to call for this, but then the right fielder Collins says it's mine, and he calls everybody off, and they watch and hope that he gloved it, and the young man had his right hand on top of the ball. Good job.
You and I are both a proponent of the 2 hands. You got 2 hands. Take advantage of it.
That's why you got them. That's why you got them.
Yeah. The second hand is to secure that ball. 1 for the glove, 1 to secure. Luke Brady, the right fielder, the batter, and he grounds this one to short. Will Weiss up with it across the diamond in time. 2 pitches, 2 outs. I like this.
Weiss with a nice easy move there to first. He comes in, takes it on the 1-hopper, plants the right foot down, makes the throw clean. 2 away.
Around the horn, Chris Boyd at third, Weiss at short, Christian McGrail at second, Sam Roydulis at first, Josh Martino behind the plate catching. In the outfield left to right is Noah Philippe, Jacob Otter, and Sean Collins. And with 2 outs, Sullivan Reed, who hit 2 home runs yesterday in a losing effort, will step in. He takes the first pitch in the turf for ball 1. Well, now they've got Roydulis at third and Boyd at first. Let me check.
Yeah, check that. They may have it incorrect on the game changer.
Okay, it might be. This one's hit foul. Yeah, no, that's Roydulis at third.
Okay, I thought so. He's kind of the tall, thin one. And
yeah.
Of course, you want your left-hander at first if you've got one, but both of them actually are right-handed.
This one, slow roller on the first base side, and the play is made for the third out of the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the first. We've completed one. We're scoreless between Mississippi and New Hampshire from the Cal Ripken World Series right here on Stadium. Welcome back to beautiful Branson, Missouri, and boy, does this place light up at night, Chuck.
Oh, yeah, it's a neat place at night. All the stadium lights are on, and they keep them on as long as you want. I mean, like I say, a lot of these teams, they'll play at night, they'll practice at night. Otherwise, as we heard yesterday, they may practice at 6 in the morning too. So, but I remember a couple of years ago, the teams that Japan and some of the others, they were kind of having a round-robin team event between 3 or 4 teams, and they were all playing each other, and they were playing on one field, and they kept the lights on. They said they played till like 2 in the morning.
Wow. And if you're making your way to Branson and you're wondering what to do here in Branson, oh my goodness.
Just drive down the strip. There's
yes.
plenty to find and plenty to do, from amusement parks to go-karts to water rides to the whole bit, you name it.
All right, we are underway here in the top of the second inning.
I would call this the city that never sleeps, but that title was taken by somebody else.
Will Weiss, the batter, quickly behind in the count, 0-2, right? Jake Lee looking for strikeout number 4, timeout called. Weiss, the starting shortstop, 6, 7, and 8 for New Hampshire. And I was looking at the lineup card. So they must have switched that last minute, switching Roydulis and Boyd first and third, as we noted in the first inning. One and two the count. New Hampshire put a couple on in the first inning but failed to score. They're looking for their first run of the tournament. This one hit down the line, but playable in left field. Mayett comes over to make the catch for out number 1.
You see, he's got the shades on in left there, making sure that he doesn't have to deal with the sun. Some of these teams learned that the hard way yesterday. Sun out this morning, and we're sitting at 78 with a real feels-like temperature of 87. We're going to see temperatures into the 90s, feels like temperatures into the hundreds today. So it is going to be a warm one this afternoon.
Another look, and once again, Chuck, how about Brody putting two hands on that one out there in left field?
Exactly. You know, that's good coaching. If you
Yes.
start to see a team that uses two hands, that means the coach has taught them well, and that is exactly what I'd like to see more often.
Michael Brearley, the batter, fouls this one off.
You know, you do as well as I do a lot of college ball, and I see these, one-handed snags like they're on the major league team or something. I'm like, okay, when you miss it, I'm going to laugh.
Right. 1-1 pitch. Good pitch as Lee kept it low. Actually, that was the 1-2 pitch, after the foul ball.
And dropped third strike, but he never moved out of the box. He just kind of stood there, and the catcher reaches up and tags him.
4 Ks for Lee. 2 gone here in the top of the second. Game scheduled for 6. Here's Christian McGrail, the second baseman. Big cut, swing and a miss, strike 1. That pitch just off the plate there. 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Lee. That's there. 1-2. Lee's pretty much all around that zone, so you've got to put that bat. Although he had a good waste pitch there with a 1-2 count. 2-2 now. 2 outs. Base is empty. Top of the second. Tried to frame it for him, but called inside.
Just a little too much of a twist there.
Yeah.
And
the 3-2 pitch. Got a piece of it. Reed got the brunt of that one. Looks like he's okay, though. Full count with 2 outs. But both these teams 0-1 in Pool D.
Yeah, tough loss for Mississippi yesterday with Reed and the 3-run homer that tied the game late. And then Midwest Plains picking up that run to win that game as Mississippi watched a 3-run homer kind of go bye-bye because of that run scoring. It was a walk-off win.
The 3 runs in the 5th, as you mentioned, the difference. And then they added another run to win it 8-6.
Yeah, and that was after that Julian Reed 3-run homer that got it in the top of the 3rd. And they had the lead going in at that point, but Midwest 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th turned it around.
Sean Collins, the batter, the right fielder. And this one snagged at 3rd. Mosley with a throw across, and the inning is over.
Nicely done.
No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, and a runner stranded. We head to the bottom of the second. We're still scoreless between New Hampshire and Mississippi right here on Stadium. All right, welcome back. We are on the St. Louis field here at the ballparks of American Branson, Missouri for the Cal Ripken World Series pool play. And the bracket play begins on Wednesday. And I tell you what, Chuck, last night, those last two games, we had two walk-off games. One, the final game that we broadcast last night, extra innings.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Other games going on here at Ballparks America on the Chicago field right now in the second inning. Kentucky leads Pacific Northwest 1-0, so we'll keep our eye on that score for you.
The batter, Jake Lee, the starting pitcher. There's a good look at Jake. Cleanup hitter, 4, 5, and 6, due up from Meridian, Mississippi. Nothing into the count, the 0-2 pitch. Brushed him off the plate for ball one.
So a few teams finally going to get an opportunity to get onto the ball fields today that didn't get a chance to play yesterday. We will see one of those teams in Mexico. Also Kentucky, who is on the field right now, getting their first opportunity today. In Pacific Southwest, they'll come up later. Puerto Rico, Southwest Virginia, and those teams not getting a game in yesterday, so they will get a game in today. And we'll see some of those teams tonight. We'll see that New Jersey-Hawaii team. Again, we'll also see the Mexico team against Aruba.
I'll tell you, that Hawaii team looked really good yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
Got a piece of it to stay alive. Count remains 1-2.
North Carolina, Arkansas, we'll see them coming up here right after this one, about 11 a.m.
1-2 pitch from Solo. Fooled him a little bit, but good patience there by Lee to protect the plate. Count remains 1-2. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the second, no score. Game scheduled for 6.
Oh,
beautiful pitch.
nice pitch. He exaggerated the frame a little bit by pulling it really hard, but he already had it on the edge. If you see that, in the replay here, watch. The pitch is there, and then unfortunately Martino says, I'm going to make sure. Yeah, he pulls it over, but the strike was already called on the edge. Good call.
First strikeout for Jason. 1 out for Ryland Kennedy, the first baseman. First pitch a little bit high, but Martino doing his best job to bring that one down in the zone.
There's a point.
I mean, he did it quick, too, you know.
There's a point where you have to explain to your catcher that the ump is watching your shoulder and your wrist, and he's watching the strike or ball as well on the plate. So the idea of a frame is to turn just slightly the wrist. If you move the arm or the elbow, usually you're done.
Can't blame him for trying, though.
No.
And
And they watch, major leagues and everybody else. They all do it.
Yeah.
But, it's just a slight wrist movement, and if you're good at it, the ump won't catch it.
Stats there on Kennedy. Starting first baseman. Swing and a miss by Kennedy to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Notice the outfield playing a little deeper than most have we've seen at this field. They out by the top of the arch in the grass area there, or the fake grass area.
Well, back-to-back Ks for Jason Solo.
He's found his mark now. Let's see if he can stay on it. Tight games. We saw him yesterday. Didn't get runs scored in almost all the games until the third inning. We did have one game in the second inning where they did it, but it was always a 3 spot. Whoever scored the first 3 runs usually was on top the rest of the game.
Big cut there by Xavier Thompson, the center fielder. Solo looking to strike out the side in order. He's retired all 5 batters that he's faced. Thompson trying to end that streak.
Center fielder batting from the left-hand side.
1-1 count. 2 outs. High and away.
We'll have to kid Martino if we get a chance to chat with him about his
67-mile-an-hour exit velocity for Mr. Thompson. And there's ball 3. 3-1.
He's stepping out of the box, and yesterday they made him keep a foot in, so they're a little surprised at that.
3-1 pitch. Fouled off. Strike 2.
Good fastball, got a piece, lifted it just a little bit underneath.
Full count with 2 outs. No score here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Game scheduled for 6. This one bounced to first, but right to Boyd. And the inning is over. Another 1-2-3 inning. We're through 2, still scoreless. Right here in Branson, Missouri. You're watching live coverage on Stadium. Good enough, thank you. Well, yes. All right, welcome back to Branson, Missouri. We've got a pitcher's duel, Chuck, here early in this one.
Well, Lee has done his job, and as well as his counterpart. We'll see if Lee can continue here as we go into the top of the 3rd against Philippe.
We saw a couple of shutouts yesterday. New Hampshire was shut out by Pacific Northwest. Hawaii, in a mercy rule game, beat Missouri 14-0. But as I noted, we ended with a couple of walk-off games. Aruba beat the Bahamas 5-4 with a run in the bottom of the 6th, and then Branson with a run in the bottom of the 7th last night to beat Middle Atlantic 3-2. So we ended with 2 great ball games.
And it was the first time that the home team won their games yesterday.
Yep.
A little bit high and over the head there. The pitch he's trying to throw there, I think he's trying to throw 4 and grab it and get that knuckle in on the end of the ball there, the little finger, and lost him.
Noah Philippe reaches on a base on balls. That's the 2nd walk by Jake Lee.
Impressive stuff, like I said, for a lot of these kids who are 12 that can throw these different pitches and make that ball dance, but sometimes that takes a lot of work to get it done.
Back to the top of the order, Jacob Honor looking to sacrifice. Didn't get it down. Doesn't matter because Philippe was on the move, and he's going to get to 2nd anyway.
Easy stolen base there off the pitcher. Didn't watch. You'll see he looks at the batter, just takes one glance. Now he's going to the plate, and there goes the runner.
And you see Honor was going to bunt, but the pitch was outside.
And again, the coverage is late. The shortstop questioning why is the ball coming down here. Second baseman Riley again didn't move, so communication problem there on that one. And Reed, the catcher's got to be making sure those signals are seen and heard on that infield for a runner on base.
Jacob Honor 0 for 4 so far in pool play. 0 for 3 yesterday. Caught looking in the first. Got a chance to maybe put his team out in front first.
Trying a little razzle-dazzle play there, but Philippe able to get back to the bag in time.
A pitch in there for a strike to even the count.
Something like this, they usually are rolling the shortstop after the second baseman will come over to the bag, and they'll roll the shortstop around trying to deceive the runner to make that throw to second base.
Lee from the stretch as he looks at that runner at second. Philippe with a pretty good lead. A bunt attempt. Honor couldn't connect, and Reed shaken up.
Yeah, that ball came right back and hit him. He missed that bunt opportunity, and I think Reed misread where that ball was going. And you'll see it here. Yeah, it kind of dropped on him. He might have got, did he call a strike on that?
Yeah.
Did he? Okay, foul tipped it.
I
and
think
went
he
straight
tipped it
down.
anyway.
Yeah. He did tip it. It went straight down, and that's not an easy thing when a catcher is behind the plate 50, 60 mile an hour, even like that, and then tipped. That ball takes a different flight, so to speak, and next thing you know, you're wearing it.
Next pitch, swing and a miss. Ball gets away. They'll have to throw it to first. That will allow the runner to get to third, although Philippe was kind of headed that way anyway once the ball got away. Another strikeout for Jake Lee. That's his fifth, but Mississippi has a runner down at third base.
Yeah, Philippe with good speed. Won't need much to get one through the infield. It should be able to score him, and Mississippi will try to take the lead here in the bottom of the third inning.
First out of the inning. Here's Jason Sullo. First pitch, a strike on the inside part of the plate. Jason struck out swinging back in the first.
Coach telling him that was a good pitch. It was right on the corner. You got to take that to the field you want to send it to. And that's exactly it. A lot of kids don't like to swing at the outside pitch. In the inside corner again, another drop, 12-6 curveball. And, boy, I tell you what, Lee has got it working right now.
And again, the key for him is getting ahead of the hitters. He fell behind on Philippe and walked him, but most of the batters he's been ahead of.
See Sulo's exit velocity of 65 there, and he's got a pretty good swing, and he just needs to connect right here. A little bit of an opening there. Right over second base, left center field in the alley. Thompson can wheel, but, boy, that's a lot of green out there.
0-2 pitch fouled off again.
Good battle here at the plate to try to keep himself in there and any opportunity to drive in a run.
Jake at 42 pitches currently. 0-2 pitch. Got a piece of it to stay alive.
Well, we know that he'll have to have at least 1 day's rest now because he's over the mark. Over 41, I think it is. So now we'll see how long they let him go. And again, it depends on your pitching staff.
Yeah, how many pitchers can you throw? As that one is high for ball one. The team that has the deepest bullpen,
yeah,
has the best chance of
most guys that can throw.
Right. Having the most success. The more pitchers you got, the better your chance.
Yeah, I lost him. He's losing his mark there at 2-2. He's probably throwing about 8 pitches to this young man already.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out with a runner at third. Still scoreless. So he was ahead in the count. Now he's behind in the count. Looking for strikeout number 6.
Pitch number 9 coming to the plate.
Fouled off again. Good at bat here by Jason.
Yeah, he is battling big time. Took the first 2 strikes looking, then fouled off the next 3, and then 3 balls, and he fouls off the 9th pitch. Let's see what he does on 10.
Swing and a miss as Lee just reared back and threw it right by him.
Good at bat. You can't, when you get beat by a hard-throwing pitcher, you have nothing to hang your head about if you fought him for 10 pitches.
Yeah. But now it's going to take a timely hit. That's the second out of the inning. Sam Roydulis singled his first time up. Can he drive home that runner at third? Philippe at third base with 2 outs.
They like the pitch, but apparently just a
ball.
little low. He looks to the dugout, coach calling the pitches.
One-0 pitch popped up, but this one will get out of play. Evens the count, 1-1.
Turned on a curveball. Tried to put it in the right field. That would be the place to put it right now. You would have the opportunity to probably get, well, you definitely get the run home. You might even have the opportunity to turn two if the right fielder is playing somewhat shallow.
1-1 pitch. Just missed for ball 2.
You can hear some of the fans that are just a little disappointed in the call. But
as I call the umpires in the stands.
Yeah, that pitch was just a little bit high.
The 2-1 pitch. Called a strike.
That one was.
A makeup?
No, that was letters.
You like that one?
That was at the letters. You know, the funny part about it was fans always react to how the hitter moves in the box.
Yeah.
Well, he backed
We've
out
seen
on
players,
a strike.
right, crowd the plate.
Yeah.
And a base hit for Roy Dulis to drive home Philippe. There's only 2 hits in the game, and they both belong to the man at first base, Sam Roy Dulis.
He's got a good stick. You can see he gets a really good swing on this, hits it hard, maybe even got jammed just a little bit on the handle, but he muscles it over the shortstop's head, and he drives it out into left center to get himself an RBI in his second hit of the ball game.
Philippe walked to start the inning, stole a base, and has scored to give New Hampshire their first run of the tournament.
Well, that's what you want to do, is swing hard and drive it somewhere where you can get it down in the green and move the runner.
Here's the catcher, Josh Martino. Runner going to second. The throw, the tag, not in time. We've seen a bunch of players go in head first, but Roy Dulis.
Well, he does a smart slide here.
Yeah, right.
You know, he knows he's going into the bag. He's got to get down. The throw's coming. So he wants to slide under the tag. If you slide in head first, you have a tendency to lift your head up. It's easier to tag. You see there, the feet get there first, and he slides in between the legs of the shortstop.
Second stolen base in the game for Roy Dulis. He's got 2 hits, an RBI, and 2 stolen bases. 3-0 now to Martino, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. Lee from the stretch. Outside, ball 4. So he's walked 2 in the inning, 3 for the game. He's also hit a batter to go along with his 5 strikeouts. 6 strikeouts.
Yeah, one of the best base stealers ever in the game of baseball, Lou Brock, always said base stealing wasn't about speed. It was about watching the move by the pitcher, seeing where the release point is, timing it, but making sure that your slide was, if you had to get down, you had to know which way you wanted to go in. And going in head first, he said, was not always right because of the fact that if you don't reach all the way out and you lift your head at the last second, keep your hands tucked in, they can tag you on the helmet. Pete Rose was the one that perfected the head first slide. Charlie Hustle did it all the time, but that was just his thing. You know, there wasn't a lot of people that did head first slides back in the day because of the injury aspect too. Fingers jammed, you know, running the hand in the wrist, whatever the case may be. So a lot of kids that like that head first slide, if you don't do it right, you can be out for a while.
Coach Braxton Lee with a trip to the mound. 2 outs, 2 on, a run in. New Hampshire leading at 1-0 in the top of the 3rd inning. The batter, Chris Boyd, who struck out his first time up.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, they were trying to say they weren't going to allow the head first slide in some of the leagues now that are younger kids. But it just depends on where you're at and what league you play in.
Lee from the stretch, and his next pitch right there for a strike.
See again the hitter looking down, pulling the bat in. Well, doesn't realize that he's on top of that plate, and then umpires given that inside corner.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. First and second.
Set him upside. Tried to get him to chase one on the 0-2. I think that pitch needs to be redesigned by coaches. I understand trying to get him to chase one, but you've got to get a little closer than that. And a lot of catchers set up in that other box way over there. Too far to get a chase pitch.
Roy Dulas at second, Martino at first.
Nice piece of hitting there. Got underneath the changeup, was able to get his bat around quick enough. But, yeah, if you crowd the plate and the umpire's calling the inside pitch, he's going to call it. And you can move all you want. He's going to call the strike. He's going to call that zone. What you need to do is back off about a half step and swing.
Looking for strikeout number 7. Jake Lee trying to work out of a jam. He's given up a run here in the third inning. Don't forget, coming up next, Arkansas and North Carolina right here on the St. Louis field. We'll have coverage.
Oh, nice.
Perfectly placed on the bounce. 5 unassisted fielder's choice to end the inning. A run, a big 2-out hit. Actually, did they call that foul?
Yeah, foul ball.
Okay.
I
thought they called him out.
I thought so, too. He was on the bag when that ball bounced to him. Did it bounce before he caught it? Wow.
So we'll do it again. And this one, did that go off the glove of the pitcher? Throw to first will be in time, and that will do it. Sam Rodulis with a 2-out single to drive in Noah Philippe. New Hampshire takes the first lead of the game. 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the third right here on Stadium. One nothing New Hampshire as we head to the bottom of the third. Well, on Media Day, Cameron Dobbs found out about the hidden talents of these players, and there's some special talents out there. Once again, here's our very own Cameron Dobbs with more.
Thanks, guys. One day into the tournament, and the talent has already spread throughout campus, on and off the field. I had the chance to sit down with some of these athletes and figure out their hidden talents. Check it out. From flaring nostrils to beatboxing, bird calls, and British accents.
Here, and today we are cooking Italian sausage.
These players brought their best to Branson, busting a move,
Okay.
and showing off some hand-eye coordination.
Oh, we got two going.
It appears we have a popular talent amongst the group. Still, the most exciting talent has been watching Mississippi's Sullivan Reed absolutely dominate in the Derby. Following the competition, he hit 2 more home runs, adding that to his resume. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so excited to see him perform well today. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Cameron. Love it, love it.
I can't juggle.
I don't think I can either. I don't think I can sing either. I like to think I can sing, but.
Well, I used to sing, but not very well. Sing in the shower.
Batters 7, 8, and 9 for Mississippi. Jackson McCree leading things off against Jason Sullo, and that one's deposited out into center field for a base hit, the first hit of the game for Mississippi.
Nice piece of hitting there. Took a nice easy swing, puts it out into center field. Like I said, they are seeming to be playing a little deeper than the other squad, but you know, each outfield plays the way they feel they're comfortable with, and maybe they feel a little better being back a little further than being, you know, having to turn around and chase one down.
So the tying run aboard here at the bottom of the third. Brody Mayett at the plate, the left fielder. McCree first with their first hit. Swing and a miss as it gets to the backstop. That will get Jackson over to second base.
It's the first game here. We've had 2 pitches that have scooted to the backstop that did not have the rebounds that we saw all day yesterday, not giving the runners an opportunity to go, but that one staying back there by the screen. So the opportunity here with the runner at second to tie the ball game.
Mayett takes the second pitch for a ball. 1-1 the count. Jackson McCree in scoring position. Popped up, but this one's hooking foul and out of play. First base side.
They've really cleaned up this area this year and looks really nice around the St. Louis field, those out of bounds areas outside the fence. It was just all weeds and it was just covered in stuff a couple of years ago, and it's finally been all removed. I don't know if it's just all finally the plantation died or what, but they got it cleaned up. Looks great.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Jason Solo looking for strikeout number 3. Knocked down at third.
Oh.
A wild throw by Roy Dulas. I'm not sure if he would have gotten him with a good throw.
Yeah, he sets up for the throw, but he sets up off. I mean, it's almost like he's looking towards the dugout, but he got hit pretty hard with this hard shot.
Yeah, he's down on a knee right now.
And I'm not going to say one way or another if that's what caused his throw to be off, but he threw that ball up the line at first. It was probably 4 or 5 feet to, from our vantage point, we're above first to the left side of the bag, causing that throw there. But you'll see Roy Dulas, he gets hit pretty hard there as that ball come up on him. And he leaned over it, kind of rolled the shoulders to knock it down like a catcher would, but you don't have the chest protector on at third.
Well, the runner held at first. What do you think?
Well, he didn't go any further.
As far as a hit or an error, how would you score that one?
Well, that's a throwing error automatically. I mean, he knocked the ball down. He had a chance to throw to first and make a play.
Well, that was my question is, do you think he would have got it with an accurate throw?
They've put it up as an error. I would have to agree. I think with an accurate throw, he gets him.
Okay. So that will put runners on the corners with nobody out for the number 9 hitter in the order, the third baseman, Kyler Mosley. Mississippi with a chance to tie the game and perhaps even take the lead as the runner goes to second. They're going to fire it, cut off on the throw down to second.
That's that type of play where either your second baseman or your shortstop comes in and takes the throw. You try to get the runner at third to take off and catch him in between. So they cut the throw off early. The runner at third, though, McCree didn't move. He knew better.
So both runners in scoring position. There's the stats on Kyler, who has a chance to perhaps put him in the lead.
He's got a very quick swing at 195 to contact.
Shows bunt, takes a strike.
Most of the exit velocities are in the 60s. We've seen some go higher. I mean, the higher it is, the harder it's hit. But if you can stay under 200 on your swing.
1 ball, 1 strike. Count now 2-1.
Big opportunity here with 2 runners in scoring position and the bottom of the 3rd.
McCree at 3rd, Mayett at 2nd.
Time was called. They wanted to talk to the infield umpire. And the coach comes out of the box for something. Not sure what that one was about. If it was a couple years younger, I would have said maybe leaving the bag early, but you can steal in this one so you can lead off. I didn't see a balk.
Count evens at 2-2.
Good swing and a miss pitch there.
Jason Solo hoping to get a strikeout, but first he's going to tie his shoe.
Flat tire on the mound, little time out there. We'll fix that and get him ready for this 2-2 pitch. A big pitch here. Still looking for the first out of the inning. Unfortunately, the ground ball doesn't help you here because the runners are not forced.
Number 10 hitter on deck. Made some contact to stay alive.
Just got a piece of it.
There's a look at McCree representing the tying run. Good pitch, though, by Jason Solo with his 3rd strikeout. It's a big one. That's the first out of the inning with runners at 2nd and 3rd.
You see him go away from the hitter with that outside corner pitch, and it dropped down and away. Really nice.
1 out for Rowan Riley.
Martino just decides to run him back and puts the runner McCree back into the bag.
That was leadoff hitter Cody Pickford on deck. A bunt. That's going to get the run home. And that will be a bunt single. Here comes the other runner about halfway. The throw instead goes to 3rd, and that allows the runner to score. There's nobody covering 2nd, and Riley gets in there safely. How about that?
Well, the bunt is perfect. The the third baseman and the pitcher come together to try to make a play. The throw was just a little high. You'll see the first baseman jump up, pull it down. It's too late. He beats the bunt single. The run scores. The second runner's coming home. But watch what happens. Your shortstop stops, doesn't go to 3rd. There's the high throw. Now he turns, he'll look, and the runner's going, and he goes to 3rd.
Yeah, you got to throw it ahead of the runner.
You never throw behind the runner, especially going to the plate.
Now here's a question. Do you get 2 ribbies for that?
That one I don't know how you score. I think that's
because it's still the continuous, the same play.
It's still scoring, yeah. So it should be 2 RBIs for that play.
On a bunt single. 2-1 Mississippi out in front. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, we head to the top of the order with Cody Pickford.
Yeah, they gave Riley 2 RBIs on that one, so I guess that's the only way you could score it. I mean, the play is continuing to go. It's no different than he decided to take off and keep coming, so.
Pickford flew out to right first time up. Excellent bunt, though, by Riley.
Yes, it was. If you want to learn how to bunt, watch that video over and over. Fouled off his foot. Ouch. And you see Riley out there we were talking about yesterday night, the young man with the batting gloves in right hand and left hand. Now Riley over at 2nd, you look, he's got the sliding glove on. It's a mitten on the left hand. Protects the fingers. Here's the Pigford. Boy, time to contact, 75. Wow, that is amazing. 67 on his exit velocity. Hits the ball hard, and his right ankle right now is feeling it. You know, I think in all the times I played the game, I never hit myself on a foul ball.
Really?
No, and I started seeing it, and I'm thinking, what did I do that I didn't hit very well? Let's play the truth. But even if I fouled one off, I don't think I ever hit myself. Now they got all the elbows and the knees and the shin guards and the ankle guards. You go up there looking like you're going to battle instead of playing.
Count evens at 2-2. 2 runs across the plate here in the bottom of the third. Mississippi out in front for the first time. There goes the runner to third. The throw is wide. That'll be an error to get the run home.
Easily stole that off the pitcher, and then the throwing error by Martino, way off the bag, down the left field line. Good thing his left fielder, Philippe, was backing up somewhat. Not that it would have mattered. I mean, he already had the plate, but that hurt.
Well, Riley, the number 10 hitter in the lineup, has accounted for all 3 runs. A bunt single to drive in 2, a stolen base, and then coming home on an error for that third run. 3-1 Mississippi, and there is ball 4 to Pickford.
Oh, and then a throw out into the outfield. I mean, that ball's live until that umpire calls time, so he could have kept going if he wanted to. I wouldn't chance it. Well, there's those 3 runs again in the third inning that we've talked about.
It's been a common theme, hasn't it? Yeah, pitcher wasn't even looking.
Nope. Yeah, and that's a live ball. And if Pickford's paying attention, he just rounds the base and goes.
Still only 1 out. That was the strikeout of Mosley. That one's high. Runner going to second. The throw to second, not in time.
Well, they've figured out Martino. He's got a decent throw, but they're pretty sure, they're confident they can beat him. And they've also figured out Sulo that he has a big, big pause before he goes to the plate, and they're stealing on him.
That's the 4th stolen base of the inning.
Yeah. You'll watch when he gets ready to go to the plate. He's kind of got that high leg kick, and that'll give you an extra step or 2 if you're a base stealer, and those are the things to watch on the mound when you're pitching from the stretch.
Luke Brady with a foul tip. 0 for 1. Grounded out to short his first time up. A chance to add another run. Pickford in scoring position.
Good turn to the bag, but like I said, that is a tough throw at second.
Count now 3-1.
This young man throwing pretty hard, though. He's probably in the upper 50s right now, maybe even a little more than that.
In there for a strike. Full count. Jason has struck out 3 and walked 1. A couple of errors in the inning have helped. There's ball 4. Back-to-back walks. And this is the guy that you hate to face, Sullivan Reed, the home run derby champion.
Yeah, and he hit 2 of them yesterday. One was a 3-run shot. In a losing effort, though, unfortunately.
8-6. They lost to Midwest Plains. Both these teams 0-1 in pool play. Popped up pretty well to right field, but it's going to stay in the yard. Over the head, though, of the right fielder. And that's going to get a run home.
I think he lost that one in the sun. I really do. It looked like he had it, a good beat on it, and then all of a sudden you see him flinch and turn and try to get it. He's got sunglasses on, but sometimes if you look into the sun or you look too high, you can catch that glare, and then the ball is gone for a second because, you know, white ball, yellow sun doesn't mix very well. But watch right here at the end. He just, there, right there, thought he had it wanted to be in the glove, and all of a sudden it's over the glove and out onto the warning track.
And because Collins didn't touch it, that's an RBI single.
Yeah, exactly. Ends up being a fly ball single, and unfortunately for the young man in right field, he's probably thinking, dang, man, what did I do?
We've got a new pitcher.
Look at that. Yes, we do. Coming to the mound is a left-hander. And let me see if I can find out who that is. Jay Honor. So Honor's going to come in. We saw him the other day come onto the mound and throw a couple of innings. So we'll see how he does here as he takes over. And, well, they've broken that 3-run inning streak again. We've got 4 right now. And Mississippi has turned this one around on New Hampshire. And they still have 2 runners aboard. Brady's at second. Reed is at first. And Honor will come on and try to change things.
A 4-run third inning. McCree, Mayett, Riley, and Pickford have scored.
Honor's right up in the upper 50s in his warm-up tosses right now. We've got our radar gun sitting out here now. He's right at around 58. So we'll see if he can chat. You know, he's got to stop this lineup. Mike, only 1 out still in the inning, and runners at first and second. I mean, it is a force play, tap and tag.
And you've got 3 and 4, or rather 4 and 5 coming up in the lineup as well.
Big hitters.
There's the stats on Jake Lee.
Off the handle, and did he pull him off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
just enough of a stretch to allow the runner to get in there. We'll take another look at it.
Tough bunt to field here. I mean, he does a nice job of it. It's on the hop, so he has to come get it. And he's a left-hander, so now he's got to turn and pivot, and he throws a little high. Yeah, and you see the first baseman, Boyd, go up as high as he can, but it'll be a bunt single. Well, bases are now loaded, and boy, Mississippi could break this one open big time.
So Jake Lee at first, Ryland Kennedy at the plate. The plate, and a little bit late. 2 runs will score, and now on the throw, runner will go to third. The throw gets away, and that will at least allow the other runner to go to second.
You see the coach at third holding his hand down to tell the runner at third that slid in, stay down, and his other hand is up in the air, and he's waving his runner at first to keep coming second on the overthrow. Nice done.
That'll be another error to allow the runner to get to second.
Yeah, throwing error.
There's Xavier Thompson, the center fielder. Good curveball there for strike 1.
6-0 lead now, or 6-1 lead now here for Mississippi in the bottom of the third.
They trail 1-0 coming into the inning. Here comes the runner home on the wild pitch.
Yeah, he took something off of it, and I think he lost the grip a little bit. The ball come in, it dropped down to about 50 miles an hour, but when he hit the turf, it was gone. And very quickly, the runner is scooting down the line.
And there's Jake Lee. Congratulated by his teammates after scoring their 7th run of the inning. Thompson with a base hit to left to bring home another run. Well, the floodgates have really opened up.
Yeah, this poor New Hampshire team. 3 errors now in the game. Just 1 run on the board. Their only run in the tournament, and right now losing by 7 in the bottom of the third. Remember, there is a run rule in the Cal Ripken World Series of 10 after 4.
Also 15 after 3.
Yeah, could. I mean, that's a big inning. It could happen, but you'd have to put 8 more runs across the plate to get that one. But they've put 8 already across here in the inning. I certainly would hope that they don't put 16 runs on the board here in this inning.
Jackson McCree began this inning with a base hit. They've batted around, and a throwing error will get the runner to second.
And they just continue to throw the ball and not be anywhere near where they need to be when making that throw. And that's just, again, that's 4 errors in the inning. And you can see body language now, the New Hampshire team, just unbelievable, shrugging, heads down a little bit, letting this one get out of hand. Good pitch.
Fouled off, 0-2 the count.
We saw Honor come in the game yesterday, Mike, so he must be kind of their first reliever guy that they go to, probably with the most control.
I feel like that was our first helicopter.
I believe so for this morning. First of many. Let's start tours a little after 10.
An 8-run third inning, and Mississippi's not done yet. Still only 1 out. They've got a runner at third.
They have been out there defensively for a little bit of time now. Probably over 20 minutes in this half inning.
You mentioned all the errors in the inning. There's also been 6 hits, including a 2 RBI bunt single. And another base hit, and it gets past the right fielder down the line into the corner. That will be an RBI double for McCree. He's 2 for 2 in this inning.
Collins had a tough time with that one because that ball ricocheted off this fence on the one side, then kind of racketed its way around the fences out there in right field. You'll see it here on the replay when the ball goes into the corner, hits the fence first on the right side, then it hits the deep fence, ricochets off that over to the other fence. It's like, stop. As a fielder, you're like, come on, come on, come on. Unfortunately for Collins, that one got the best of him.
A 9-run third inning. Brody Mayett, the batter. He reached on an error and scored.
Way out in front.
Pulled on that pitch. Good pitch from Jacob Honor.
Yeah, right around 52. He took something off it, and the hitter's out front. I believe yesterday we had 1 inning where we did have double digits. That was our biggest inning.
Hawaii. Yeah.
Another wild pitch. Sails it over the head of the catcher. Yeah, they scored double digits, so this is a possibility of our second time that it's going to happen. Now with the runner at third for Mayett.
And again, only 1 out. That's in there for a strike. Second out of the inning as Mayett is caught looking.
Good strikeout pitch there.
New Hampshire needed that.
Yeah, they need this third out badly.
Throw to first. Still almost got him. But another run will score.
It's a hard shot that he has to play. It backed up on the bounce, and it handcuffed him then, and it caught into his glove and midsection area, and then it came out, and he had to pick it up and throw it. So the turf monster, as they say, it'll bite you.
The batter, Rowan Riley. He had a bunt single, that drove in 2 runs in this inning.
Yeah, back to the plate for a second time. And swinging away now. Well, they've plated 10 here in the inning. And they have got New Hampshire way down. And body language tells you the same thing. Good pitch.
That will do it for Mississippi. But what an inning. A 10 spot in the bottom of the third. We move to the fourth. It's now Mississippi 10, New Hampshire 1 for the Cal Ripken World Series right here on Stadium. Welcome back to the Cal Ripken World Series here in beautiful Branson, Missouri. Mike Rideout along with Chuck Sebastian as we move to the top of inning number 4. And let's see if New Hampshire can answer down 9.
Well, the Wildcats definitely got to get something going here. Of course, they had a very successful campaign under their manager, Matt Case. They went 11-2 while taking the home New Hampshire 12U Major 70 State Championship, but they just have not been able to get anything going here so far in their first 2 games.
Will Weiss leads it off. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left.
Remember, this is the team with the high school head coach who was worried about 5 games in 5 days and not used to the pitching arrangements that you have to worry about.
That's a fair ball. And the play made by Jake Lee for the first down of the inning.
An update from the Chicago field right now. Kentucky and Pacific Northwest tied 2 apiece in the 5th inning. So a good one over there.
Michael Brearley struck out his first time up. One of 6 strikeouts for Lee.
Lee right around the 61, 62 mile an hour fastball.
There is some action in the Mississippi bullpen.
I like it when a player turns around and looks at the umpire like, really?
No balls, 2 strikes. And Lee strikes out Brearley for the second time.
The old rule of thumb, anything close on a 2-strike pitch, anything close, taking a swing, and you just kind of watched it go by.
That's 7 Ks for Lee.
Falco going to bat for McGrill, it looks like.
Vince Falco takes or falls behind 0-1.
59 on his exit velocity. Uh-oh. I believe our catcher caught one on a skip, and it may have hit him. I'm not sure. Didn't hit it. I mean, he caught that with no problem. What?
Maybe the stretch.
Maybe. Must have been. He had to reach quite a ways out there, but.
One count, 2 outs, base is empty. A little bit high for a ball. 2-1. 10-1 Mississippi. We're in the top of the 4th. If New Hampshire fails to score, Mississippi can end it with a run in the bottom of the inning, and they've got the top of the order due up. That's on the outside corner for strike 2.
Boy, this New Hampshire team, they just nothing today, Mike. Again, just 2 hits in the game. Just not swinging the bats.
Only 1 hit yesterday.
Strikeout, there it is.
Jake Lee with 2 strikeouts in the inning. So we move to the bottom of the 4th. It is the White Wing Lodge 4th inning stretch. For reservations and more information, check them out online at whitewinglodge.com. Back for the bottom of the 4th right after this on Stadium. Welcome back to Branson, Missouri for the Cal Ripken World Series. We move to the bottom of the fourth. Mississippi with a chance to end it if they can plate a run. Mercy Rule is 10 runs after 4. They lead by 9. And they've got the top of the order coming up against a new pitcher. Now on the mound is Michael Brearley.
Yeah, Brearley takes over. I think they also Connor Narn replaced out in right field, and Folco is at second now. And the pitcher Sulo went to short. Honor moves over to center. Rodulis is now in left. And those are your changes.
Cody Pickford leading it off. He is 0 for 1 with a walk, a run scored, and a fly out to right.
First time seeing Michael Brearley on the mound.
Called strike on a 3-0 pitch.
Coming in right around low 60s.
Mississippi looking to even their record in pool play. That's there for strike 2. So Brearley comes back with consecutive strikes. Full count. How about that? Fell behind 3-0. Battles back to strike him out.
That's a good job on the mound. You know, you find that zone and see what that umpire's giving you. And he threw 2 pitches that were right there, and then that third one, he gets the hitter to chase.
Here's Luke Brady. Actually, this instead will be Shelton to bat for Brady.
Braley's starting to turn the heat up a little bit, 63 and 64 on those last 2.
Colt Shelton working with a 1-1 count. Fouls it off for strike 2. Ten runs on 7 hits and 5 errors in that bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, that was a disaster. And for a team that had done so well coming in and dealing with weather and adversity and having to play numerous games in a row, and they get here to Branson and can't find the sticks, can't find the gloves.
Back-to-back Ks for Brearley.
Well, you wonder as a coach when you want to make the change and go to who, and maybe he should have went to Brearley earlier. You know, for right now, I mean, he's doing a pretty good job. He's gotten the first 2 out. Now he'll face Reed. This will be a tough out.
Yes. 2 home runs yesterday. Singled in a run last time up. First pitch there for strike 1. Well, Brearley's all over the zone.
Yes, he is. Doesn't want to leave one out on the over the plate for him, though.
This one's set up low and outside. And that one hit foul.
Sliced it just a bit. Just a little late. But he's got him 0-2 now, and let's see if he tries to throw away and get him to chase one again. Went outside.
Just missed.
The crowd with the oohs and ahs on the frame. Sorry. They've got the video up on the scoreboard as well, so they're seeing it.
1-2 pitch. That's a base hit. Reed now 2 for 3.
Yeah, he's a very strong at-bat, and he's having a good tournament right now for his squad. He knows he can hit the long ball, but he's comfortable getting on base. That's all he wanted to do, you know, get on base, see if he can get that 10th run across the plate, and go get a break, and as you say, go to the pool.
And he's got that sliding glove. We talked about that yesterday with some players electing to hold on to their to their batting gloves
I've
while they
never
run.
Yeah, he's got the glove on. He'll use it on the right hand, and they're interchangeable. You can use it whatever hand you slide into the bag with.
Jake Lee, the batter. Called a strike. Good pitch. Barely keeping it low. There you see that blue glove on the right hand. Strike two. 1-2. Barely looking to strike out the side.
Jumpman's got a pretty good control of that outside pitch, and he's been able to hang that corner.
Runner going to second. The throw gets into center field.
Oh, and he tripped on it.
Yeah. Reed wanted to go, but tripped on the bag.
Tripp trying to get up to go to 3. Otherwise, he's at third. And again, that throw from Martino just not very good. Skipped it out into the dirt and out into center field it goes.
The 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. So Brearley strikes out the side. Mississippi fails to score in the bottom of the 4th, so we're going to extend at least another inning. We move to the top of the 5th. Mississippi 10, New Hampshire 1. You're watching live coverage right here on Stadium. Back here in Branson, Missouri for the Cal Ripken World Series. Pool play, Pool D. Both these teams looking for their first win in pool play, and Mississippi with a 10-run bottom of the 3rd, leading at 10-1 as we head to the top of the 5th.
Well, Lee's had himself quite a day on the hill today.
Andrew Conard will lead things off. Batters 9, 10, and 1 for New Hampshire.
In that 4 innings of work so far for Lee, 12 first pitch strikes, 8 strikeouts. Done a really nice job.
Don't forget our next game coming up, North Carolina and Arkansas, right here on WatchStadium.com. Jake Lee struck out the side in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 2 in the 4th. 8 Ks. Only a couple of hits for New Hampshire. And they both belong to Sam Roydulis, who drove in their only run in the third inning.
Well, the one thing that Lee was probably hoping for was they could finish this off so he didn't have to go out there and throw anymore, because his pitch count now is continuing to go up. So he'll be on the 3 days rest.
76 pitches.
But he could at 77. He could have got out of it.
77, yep.
With, I believe, if he was under 70, well, he was at 75, so he still would have had to go 3 days. But if they could have scored that one more run in the bottom of the third,
yeah,
he might have been able to get by and only have to do 2 days of rest. But he'll now go 3.
Stats there on Connor.
Very comfortable, throws in the low 60s, fastball good. He's had a couple of different pitches. He's really controlled the inside and outside edges of the plate.
Popped up in the infield, and foul territory, playable for the catcher.
What a catch. What a grab. That is a tough play. Reed able to hang on and track that ball down, looking up into the sun.
Sullivan Reed
didn't see it
yeah,
at first.
He didn't. No.
Yeah. And now you got to track it down. Now he finds it and falls backwards and makes the grab. But, yeah, he didn't flip the mask off right away, and that is not an easy thing to do, isn't to track a ball up above your head.
Especially when you're looking up there in the sun in that direction as well.
Yeah, you don't get to wear shades as a catcher.
Mm-mm.
Or at least not in this league. They don't. I have seen them in the upper leagues, but.
One out for Noah Philippe.
Ooh. Did he get hit? No.
Nope, just brushed him off the plate.
They really crowd it.
Top of the order on deck for New Hampshire.
Try to take away that inside corner against Lee is why they're on top of the plate.
Two balls and a strike with one out. Base is empty. Philippe walked and scored the only run of the game. Little blooper, but caught. Oh,
No.
Spoke too soon.
Whittington goes over to make that grab. It's short and just misplays it totally. Should be an error.
Yeah, that'll be the first error against Mississippi today.
Yep, they did.
And that's it for Jake Lee.
Yeah, he's done 85, so he's got to come out. They've got to change pitchers. As Mike mentioned, we got another game coming up, but again over on field number 2, which is right next to us, the Chicago field. Kentucky and Pacific Northwest. Kentucky up 3-2 in the 6th inning. We, of course, will see the Kentucky team. I thought they played over here. Not today. Okay. I know we'll see them at some point, but.
Now in the game, pitching. Well, let's see. They don't have the correct number on the roster. Let me check the lineup card. Okay, that's Colt Shelton.
We'll see the North Carolina team next. They beat Washington 5-2 late in that game. And Arkansas lost their game yesterday to Ohio Valley 3-1. That was the game that we started the tournament with. And a pretty good one at that. So Shelton now on to the hill here to take over pitching duties for Mississippi. Right-hander. Not as hard as a thrower as the starting pitcher Lee. He's right around 50 there.
He'll face the top of the order with one out.
Last minute fist bump from coach, and we're ready to go as Honor will step into the plate.
Jacob 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Honor also making a relief appearance today on the mound.
Yeah, second one in the tournament. He's been called on a lot already. And apparently this communication between Shelton and Reed on the signals. So to clear that up.
A couple of TV games later today, 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock Central Time. Starting out with New Jersey and Hawaii at 3 p.m. One-0 pitch. Popped up, but this one going to get out of play.
It'll be a little morning baseball for the folks in Hawaii. They're 5 hours behind us, so it'll still be breakfast time there.
Baseball for breakfast.
Yep.
And we'll be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah. Couple of days in a row, more than a few.
5 days in a row.
Straight where we're at 9 a.m. And then we do get one morning where we get to sleep an extra hour. We don't have to do the first game till 11.
Sent to left field, but playable. And the catch is made for out number 2. Dean out there in left. So 2 outs. Jason Solo to the plate. And struck out twice, 0 for 2 in the game. Colt Shelton in relief on the mound. Mississippi has 5, 6, and 7 due up in the bottom of the inning. Philippe leads off at first. And the 2-out pitch. Line to third, caught for the 3rd out of the inning.
Wow, what a grab.
Catch made by Jake Lee to end the inning. No runs, no hits, an error, and a runner left on base. We move to the bottom of the 5th. It remains Mississippi 10, New Hampshire 1, right here on Stadium. Mike right out, Chuck Sebastian. As we move to the bottom of inning number 5, Mississippi once again with a chance to end it via the mercy rule. If they can play to run, they lead it 10-1.
Final from that game between Kentucky and Pacific Northwest. Kentucky wins it 3-2 over on Chicago. Their next game getting set up is Ohio Valley and Pacific Southwest. Our next game comes up after this, North Carolina, Arkansas. So stay tuned right here on Stadium.
Ryland Kennedy leading things off. Fouled off, out of play.
Got around on his fastball and really checks one in there at about 62 mile an hour.
Count now 1-2. Called strike 3.
Wow.
Well, how about Michael Brearley? The job that he's done since he's come in relief last inning. 4 strikeouts now.
Wondering why it wasn't called on earlier.
Jack Martin will bat. Almost caught. Diving attempt by the catcher. One out, base is empty. Showing bunt. Called strike, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, somebody asked earlier how far was the pitching mound. It is 50 feet in the Cal Ripken Majors, and the bases are 70.
Swing and a miss, back-to-back. In fact, 3 in a row now for Brearley.
He's going to have more strikeouts than the starting pitcher.
Well, he has matched the 2 pitchers that have pitched today. Jason Solo and Jacob Honor combined to strike out 5. Brearley, in an inning and 2/3, has struck out 5. Ground ball to second should end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 5th inning. So last chance for New Hampshire. They trail 2-1 as we head to the top of the 6th here on Stadium. Top of the 6th, New Hampshire down 9. Let's see if they can rally in their final at bat. North Carolina looking on. They are coming up next against Arkansas. You can watch it at watchstadium.com. 8, 9, and 10 due up. Actually, excuse me. Let's try that again.
Yeah, I was going to say Rodulis is.
Yeah. How about 3, 4, and 5?
Yeah. I was thinking, wait a minute, did Rodulis drop
I didn't
down
flip
in
my
the
card
lineup?
here.
Okay.
Yeah. Sam Rodulis. 2 for 2 today with an RBI. He drove in their only run in the 3rd inning.
He's really the only guy that's had anything going for this team so far in their first 2 games.
Colt Shelton on the mound. Just missed. Good pitch.
Doesn't throw that hard. Right around in the 50s has been where he's at, but definitely in the zone there.
Had the green light on a 3-0 pitch. And why not?
Yeah.
He's 3 for 3.
Yeah. He's got a good stick, and like I said, the young man on the mound throwing strikes right now. He's not overpowering anybody. Rodulis with the good stick, give him the green light at 3-0.
There is a right-hander warming up in the bullpen for Mississippi.
Well, you got the binoculars, but I'm going to say that's either a 7 or 17 or 12. I can't tell you. Snap throw to first, runner back in time.
Josh Martino, the batter. That's Kyler Mosley warming up in the bullpen, number 12.
Yeah, wow, that's not too bad without my binoculars.
Mm-hmm.
Guess that cataract surgery somewhat paid off. Not a lot, but it did.
Martino's been hit by a pitch. He's also walked. Pops this one up at foul.
Look out. Another one into the gutter.
One-two pitch. Into left field for a base hit. So back-to-back hits for New Hampshire. And someone other than Roy Dulis with a hit today.
Finally starting to hit the ball, but maybe a little too late. But at least get you going for the next game. You got to turn it around quickly here in pool play. You don't. It's pretty difficult if you lose your first 2 to get into the bracket play, and but we'll see.
2 outs for Chris, or 2 on for Chris Boyd. Nobody out. Boyd 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out. Christopher Boyd Jr. Good pitch there.
Yeah, and they throw down to second. Ball gets away, and they'll get up and go to third. Here comes the throw. Not in time, though.
And that will allow the runner to go to second.
Well, can they plate another run?
Don't forget North Carolina, Arkansas coming up next. WatchStadium.com. Popped up to the pitcher. Shelton is there for the first out of the inning.
That game will probably start at about 15 after, maybe, give or take, depending on how fast they get him to the field and give him infield. But we will be a little bit behind for those of you that are tuning in for that one, thinking it was coming up here in a few minutes, it will be delayed a slight bit.
That sends up Will Weiss. He'll take a strike on the outside corner. Don't forget, no game at 1 o'clock Central. We'll be back at 3 o'clock for New Jersey and Hawaii on TV. Back-to-back TV games.
And we'll see our first chance to see Mexico, which will take on this Aruba team, who was a team that was kind of thrown together. Like we heard them last night to say they didn't get a whole lot of time and a lot of games in, but they ended up winning their first game against the Bahamas. And so we'll see what they do against Mexico, who makes a return trip.
And a 6 a.m. wake-up call.
Yeah.
Because of the airs.
Hey, I was up at 6 a.m. I got woke up. It wasn't by no coach, but I got woke up. Somebody forgot that they were in the Eastern time zone when they called me this morning.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Weiss. He's 0 for 2 today with a fly out and a ground out. There's ball 3. It gets away, but Shelton comes in to keep that runner down at third base. Full count.
Trying to get the second out so they don't have to work the runner at home.
3-2 pitch. Popped up. This is playable. And in foul territory, Shelton will make the catch. So he's made both putouts. There's 2 gone here in the 5th, or the 6th, rather.
Not bad. Come on the mound, put it up in the air, and get the play yourself. He comes across the foul line and makes the grab with no problem. Watches, takes a couple looks to make sure he doesn't go into the runner.
And also look back at third.
Yeah.
So 2 outs, last chance, last hope for New Hampshire. Michael Brearley, who's been marvelous on the mound.
Yeah, defensively and on the mound, he did great today. 5 Ks in just a couple innings of work.
0-1 pitch. Called a ball, 1-1. 2 outs, 2 on. 10-1 Mississippi. Just off the plate for ball 2.
Just missed again. Wow. Usually the strike zone gets a little wider the later you get into a game, especially when you're in the 6th inning.
The 3-1 delivery. Fouled off.
Down below us on the first deck.
Sounded like someone got a hand on it. 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball right back to Shelton. He's going to make all 3 putouts. And that will do it. The ball game is over as Mississippi gets the victory by the final score of 10-1. It was a 10-run inning, Chuck, in that 3rd inning when they batted around that ends up being the difference in the game.
Yeah, that was a big inning, 10 runs, and they really made him pay. The biggest number on that scoreboard, though, Mike, is those 5 errors by that New Hampshire team, and they're going to have to figure that out before they get into Game 3 because they're already down 0-2 in pool play.
There was 10 runs on 7 hits, 5 errors, and 2 walks in the 3rd inning. That's the difference in the game. Final score once again, Mississippi 10, New Hampshire 1. Don't forget, coming up next, we've got North Carolina and Arkansas. Go to watchstadium.com to view our next broadcast. That's going to conclude our coverage in this one. Now speaking for Chuck Sebastian, my broadcast partner, and our entire stadium crew, I'm Mike Rideout. Once again, the final score, Mississippi 10, New Hampshire 1. So long for now. Good afternoon and God bless.